Welcome to Stillworks and Brewing. My name is Randy and this is the channel all about home distillation and brewing. Okay, so what do we got going on today? Today we are going to make a Apple Brandy. This will be pretty interesting. You're not going to want to miss this, so stick around. Okay, there's 5 things you can really do to help us out. Number 1, hit that subscribe button. I think it's right down there in that corner. Hit that notification bell so you'll never miss anything that's new coming out. Number 3, share us with your friends, get the word out. Number 4, give us that thumbs up if you like what you see. And of course, leave a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, so like I said before, what we're going to do today is we're going to make an Apple Brandy. So let's get started on the first apple, alright? So what are we going to need for Apple Brandy? Well, the first I'm going to make it out of apple juice, and I made sure that this has no preservatives in it. It's basically just apple juice, alright? So I have 6 gallons of apple juice. I do have a little bit of sugar in case I need to boost it up. We'll check that out. And if I do, I'm going to invert the sugar. Makes it a little bit easier for the yeast to eat it. Okay, and the next thing we might need is some yeast nutrient. Alright, and so we're going to make some inverted sugar. We're going to use some citric acid. And last but not least, I am going to use a different yeast that I'm normally using. And that's basically, I'm going to use a champagne wine yeast, an EC1118. Okay, so it should be good for this project. Okay, so the first thing we need to know is what is our specific gravity of our apple juice, and that's easy to find out. We'll take a hydrometer and put in there, and it looks like, let me get turned around the right way, 1.050. Okay, so 1.050. So I know that sugar is about 30 points of gravity. So if I could add 6 pounds to this into the fermenter, I'll be right at 1.080. I think that'd be fantastic. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to invert 6 pounds of sugar, and we'll add that to the fermenter. Okay, so let me get this started, and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm going to add 6 pounds of this white sugar, table sugar, to a pot, and we're going to invert it. And Alright, so we got the sugar mixed in. Alright, so what we want to do is we're going to start heating that up. And we also need a quarter plus a little bit. I can get this bag open. Of citric acid, or you could use a lemon. Just a little bit more. Quarter teaspoon. Okay, so let me heat this up and I'll be back. Okay, so we brought it up to a low simmer, stirring all the time, constant. We don't want to burn it. And it gets clear. Alright, so now what we want to do is we want to simmer this for 20 minutes. And what that's actually doing is with the citric acid in there, it's the long starch molecules, you know, I think it's glucose and fructose, it's combined together. So with the citric acid, it kind of breaks it up. It's going to make it easier for the yeast to consume it. And we want to keep our yeast happy, don't we? Alright, so let me let this simmer and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so I got my sugar inverted. And what I'm going to do, because it's so hot, I'm going to put one of my apple juices into my fermentation bucket. And then we'll add in our inverted sugar. Okay, so let's add in our inverted sugar. Okay. Alright, so now what we're going to add in is our yeast nutrient. So what I want, according to the package, I want 1 teaspoon per gallon, so I'm going to add 6 teaspoons. Two, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. We'll give that a stir. Now we're going to fill up our 6-gallon fermenter with the apple juice. to admit, this I think is one of the easiest mashes I've ever made. Alright, so now what we need to do is we need to check our starting gravity. And our starting gravity is come on, stay still. And our starting gravity is 1.090. 1.090. Okay, now the next thing we need to do is check our temperature. 68 degrees, that'd be fine for the yeast. A good hard stir, get a little bit of oxygen in there. We're always trying to make the yeast nice and happy. And 6 grams of yeast across the top. I don't know why I just did that. So I'm using E102 wine yeast. Okay, let me start sanding the lid. Okay, next step is I'll put an airlock on this. Thinking this is going to probably be done about 10 days. It should be done, and then we're going to move on to the next step, and then we'll find out what the other part of the apple is. The apple. Okay, well, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time.